I am here to share my views on the relevance of the teachings of St.Chavara in the modern society. At the very outset, I would like to draw your kind attention towards the teachings of St.Chavara, and then we look on to its relevance. St.Chavara's teaching in any field is worth noting. He was a great visionary and revolutionary of his time, whose far-sightedness has a lot of positive impacts on this contemporary society. He was an outstanding social reformer who put an end to many corrupt practices of the society. He brought about tremendous changes in the lives of the so-called less privileged and the marginalized. To them, St.Chavara was a burning bright lamp placed on the top of a highest pole, whose brilliant rays lighted up the paths of those walking in the darkest hours of life. He realized that ignorance is the only cause to many miseries in one's life. He somehow wanted to eradicate the evil from the society. So, he believed that education is the only way out to banish the dense clouds of ignorance from among the people. For this, he introduced many new ventures. He dared to open a Sanskrit school at Mananam to reach the free education to the deserved. He urged the vicars of Christ to open the attached school to the parishes. To provide the midday meals, he began an adventurous campaign called A Handful Rice or Pidiyari. Being a devout and a zealous priest, it is he who brought into action many of the pious activities in the church, like 40 hours of adoration, etc. He was the one who opposed the heresies and schisms that prevailed in the church at that time. All these he could achieve through his simple teachings and writings. Now, let's have a glance on the relevance of his teachings in this current scenario. Modern society breeds on the idea of plurality. Racism, religious fundamentalism, utilitarianism are the after effects of these pluralistic ideals. From the global point of view, the major trends of the new era are purely materialistic. And Epicureanism and hedonism has over-engrossed the minds of this time. When in this world all sorts of immorality becomes a dime a dozen, the relevance of St.Chavara and his teachings come into action. St.Chavara's ideologies and resolutions are a kind of revolt, not just teachings. To families that lost their integrity, he writes, "You are the replica of the heavenly splendor." To the parents, he quotes, "Children are the treasures that God has invested into your hands to be kept safe." To the religious who has lost the meaning of life, he emphasizes on a word-based life and Mary-oriented devotion. Chavara stood for the singularity and oneness in a society where bifurcations on the basis of caste and creed were prevalent. Even for the ideologies of today, when we look at it as mere spectators, they are best of the both worlds. But coming closer, we know that the devil is in his detail. In modern scenario, even though superstitious racism is once in a blue moon, today's division is between poor and rich, weak and the powerful. We have to stand for the oppressed and hold on to the motto, "Be the change." We cannot just have implications that we would propose something in the community and it would hatch in a day. It is unrealistic optimism. Persons make the community, and resolutions should be personal, not communal. Thus, I stress, be the change like St. Chavara. Thank you.